Pisces, welcome to your October reading. Dear ones, here is your first card, Pyrite. Wow. Okay, I'm going to read to you in a moment from the book because there are very specific meanings with these particular cards. May I first of all, though, beautiful Pisces, just say welcome. Welcome if you are returning, welcome if you are new, and thank you to all of you who are on Patreon and on the Moon Magic members area for being so absolutely super supportive of me over the last few months. It's where I put my extended readings, and I haven't done any for a couple of months because I've just had too much kind of family stuff going on and I just didn't have that capacity. But you have been so lovely and so supportive, so thank you. And this month I am doing extended readings, so I will let you know as the reading progresses, your reading, what we are going to look at. So you have Pyrite, my beautiful Pisces. Let's check out what is coming through. I'm literally seeing these 4 cards and also that one. Gosh, the way they fanned out was beautiful. Healing energy, willpower, happiness, good fortune, and creativity. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, you have, let me see what we see here in your oracle cards. I think this is a good month for you in that I feel as though you start the month not exactly at a low ebb, my lovely Pisces, but as if you are, I don't know, recuperating or in need of recharging your batteries. And I think as the month emerges, I think you're going, not only are you going to recharge your batteries, but I think you're going to really, almost looks like with good fortune that maybe it's like recharging your batteries and then you get an added bonus somehow. Let's read from this pack. Let's read from this book first and check out the Pyrite for you. Emotional balance, psychological strength, relationships protection. You may be feeling emotionally unbalanced at present because you have allowed yourself to at least partially believe another's critical judgments of you. This malicious criticism was directed at you by someone who falsely believes that they will gain something by belittling you. To regain your mental strength and emotional balance, you must realize that this whole episode is simply emotional blackmail. You are dearly loved and held in high esteem by many. So see this episode for what it really is and do not allow yourself to be so affected by what one person says. Others know the truth. Pyrite can help strengthen you both psychologically and emotionally. Okay. It almost feels as though you are having to heal from exactly this kind of an energy where somebody has either judged you or sees you in a particular light. Some of you may even have has projected onto you. But I'm seeing you really shift. It's almost as though you find the strength and the willpower to kind of hold your own, actually, in October, my lovely Pisces. Okay, good fortune, creativity. I'm seeing quite a significant shift, actually, in your energy in a really positive way. Let's draw your tarot cards before I say too much more, my lovely Pisces. May we kindly ask. Oh, there you go. I'm going to use this one first, the Princess of Cups, because it's the one that's actually showed itself to us. Now, this is the Page of Cups. I think this is the point for something to be opened up emotionally, for there to be an acknowledgement, and something needs to move forwards, actually. What do we have here? Let's draw your cards. And look at your cards. We have the Star, yeah. It's time to shift. We have the Star and the Universe. Okay. We've got the Two of Swords, we've got the Queen of Discs, we have the Eight of Swords, and we have the Five of Wands. Okay. Now, although the Pyrite card spoke about your energy being affected by someone's judgment of you and not allowing yourself to be affected by what other people think. I think there's something of that, but I do think there could be an energy around you, or there has been, basically something that's almost, it's not exactly put a dent in you, but where I think it's left you slightly questioning. I think deep in yourself, I think you do actually know that you're actually on solid ground. I think you kind of know your roots. I think you know your own strength. But it has still nevertheless just knocked you, bruised you is the right word. I think you've been bruised a little by something. And in a way, this is the energy of October is inviting you to re-find your personal direction, and also to view this scenario that's taken place as a space of learning, where this is really just about you learning. And I say just about because it's probably, for some of you, this isn't just, it's quite big. This could be somebody, I think there was a loyalty, a connection, or quite a strong connection at one time. Therefore, their opinion matters. And this is really about learning that when somebody projects onto you or sees you in a particular light, that's their pathway, it's not yours. I think this is going to come to an end, and I think there's a point at which you will sort of choose to invest in yourself. It's very interesting, the flow of energy through your cards, because the Eight of Swords suggests that maybe you're not seeing something clearly, or you are feeling entangled. Maybe you have felt entangled by someone's situation. But I feel you're going to move to what is right for you. Even the Five of Wands, which the Five of Wands is a card that basically says step up, not down. Even if you're in a competitive environment, I actually wonder whether the person who has projected onto you, or the environment, it could even be a culture. When you're in an environment and the culture is one of envy or jealousy, rather than a culture of supportive promotion. So, and we do get like those sort of cultural elements. We get that. You can have a culture of that within a family. You can have a culture of that within a working environment or a company. And instead of the ethos being about supporting people to be the best they can be, even if outwardly that might be verbally said, it's not what's actually done. There's an undermining going on. So whether this is an individual or a collective kind of culture where you are just put down, I feel it's time for you to rise, to find your freedom actually from the restrictions of other people's perspectives. And I do think specifically other people's projections actually. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. Let's see, what else are we shown here, my lovely Pisces? Now you have the Two of Swords. I think you are at a crossroads with something, my lovely Pisces. It's interesting, the emphasis of your reading seems to be to do with being knocked off balance by someone else's perspectives, or somebody else's world, or somebody else's expectations, or someone else's projections. Now, this is a general reading. It's here to, to reach many. But the key here is the fact that your energy, and it may be, I think, that you have a loyalty to this person in some way. But I think the key here is that you are Yeah, I feel that you are struggling in the face of somebody else's situation or circumstance. Interesting hearing that sort of emergency vehicle. Could even be that there's been an emergency and you've stepped in your wonderful lovely way, or it could even be that you are around somebody who presents as they're as with an emergency, or they're never okay, or there's a circumstance where you feel you've got to step in and do something or pick up the pieces. But there's whatever the energy is, whether it is a person, a circumstance, whether it's somebody who's out and out manipulative, or just someone's circumstances that are leveraging power over you, willpower, you're being asked to re-find the will power, your own will and power, to realign and rebalance. And I think some clear choices actually do need to be made regarding this. It's in many ways, it's like this is a month where the reading is suggesting, my beautiful Pisces, that you become very aware of the energy of others and the impact of that energy of you, and you take back your power in terms of deciding how you respond to the impact of the energy of others. So that could be in a more, I don't know, like in your community, your immediate environment, or specific people. But this is all about the boundary between you and others. And this is actually about your happiness. Because I think as long as you are, I'm going to say, just absorbent, like a sponge. Now, all of the Pisces I know, understandably, Pisces, you are very, very, very sensitive. You pick up on the emotions of others, and that can have a really big impact on you. It can have an effect on you. And this reading is saying to you, look, it's really important that that you monitor and are conscious of the impact of others on you and on your happiness and on your energy. Now, there's another message coming through with the Good Fortune card, where I am seeing a piece of good luck or something really fabulous coming in. So it's almost like a little bit of a pick-me-up. I don't think you see this coming. Now, it could be that there's a silver lining that comes from a situation that you need to stand back from, place some boundaries around, exert your own will in order to look after you. But I do feel that I think there's going to be like a silver lining or a pocket of good luck or something that comes from something. And I also think there will be potentially creative solutions. Choices need to be made here, Pisces, my lovely Pisces. But I think the choices are all about your will and you managing your personal energy. I think the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Discs, is the Queen of self-care. She's amazing. She's very absorbent. She's very sensitive. She's highly intuitive. She's very emotionally aware. But she also understands the need to look after herself. And I think there is what I'm seeing here as well, I think a situation around you has actually reached a completion. And maybe somebody or a circumstance, it's almost like it's still going. And you're needing to realign in a different way. It would be like somebody having an emergency and you were absolutely there for them in the most wonderful way, and now the immediate emergency is over, but you're still there 24/7 actually looking after them. Well, the immediacy of the emergency is over. You now need to stand back. It's like being on call 24/7 while somebody needs you. Well, once that immediate emergency is over, you need to not be on call 24/7 and look after you. Or maybe you used to have a loyalty to somebody, and that's wonderful, but maybe that loyalty became stretched, or that somebody wanted more than you were able to give, and now it's time to rein in and only give what you can genuinely give whilst looking after you. Sort of feels like this is the kind of almost like the lesson that's going on. I love that you have the good fortune card coming in, which is also sort of saying that there is either a potential windfall or something fabulous coming to you, or there is genuinely a silver lining that comes from this situation. So I do feel you don't see that, but the real turning point here, maybe something happens that helps to create. I think that's what happens actually. I think something happens that helps to create the point when you can confidently make those choices and those decisions to kind of firm up your own boundaries here. But this is all about you getting back on track within yourself, back on track with your own energy, particularly your emotional energy, my beautiful Pisces. This is because our emotional energy has an impact on all of the other areas of our lives. It really does. If you are emotionally exhausted, then you're really, really going to be spreading yourself thin in pretty much everything that you do. So my beautiful Pisces, where else do we need to go with your reading before I move to the extendeds? And what do we want to do in the extendeds? I feel that it may be worth asking about the choice and the decision that you have, and also what is it that arrives that could be either the silver lining or the resources that arrive. Something I feel comes in unexpectedly, and it gives you the impetus or the creative solution to be able to draw a line, to be able to create those boundaries. It's almost as if at the moment it's quite hard for you to rein yourself in from the giving part of things. So what is this? What is the gift? What's the good fortune? What's the silver lining? What is it that arrives unexpectedly? What is it you didn't see coming? Or maybe you do suddenly see that somebody is more capable than you thought they were. I mean, that would be a message for some, but not all. There's a creative solution here, and I do think something does show up to give you the opportunity to see how this shifts, to see the wheel turn. My beautiful Pisces, I think in the extended readings, that's what we're really going to look at. We're going to look at what is it that arrives unexpectedly, what shows up to I almost feel like it's like giving you permission to be able to actually draw the line. I mean, if somebody was being genuinely manipulative and then suddenly that is shown to you or it becomes very apparent, then it changes where you're at. But whatever happens, this is about realigning your energy in a really big way. Perhaps something is revealed to you. However we look at it, I'm going to move on into the extendeds, and I think this is the area I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on boundaries. I'm going to focus on what you can actually do, what's going to be shown to you, what do you need to know in order to be able to firm yourself up and bring your focus and alignment back onto your own well-being. That's what your extended reading is going to be about. And we'll dive into any information that we need to along the way with any aspect of the reading. My beautiful Pisces, if you are going to choose to just watch this part of the reading, the emphasis of your reading really is about realigning you. It's literally trying to give you permission to realign yourself, to prioritize yourself, to recognize, this really is one of those put your oxygen mask on first. If you're constantly putting masks on everybody else, you're going to run out. There's something around this energy here that needs to be focused on. It's time to fuel and feed yourself. It's time to recognize that you have choices, and the choices need to reflect your own needs. My beautiful Pisces, it's an interesting month, that is absolutely for sure. So I'm going to move to the extendeds. They will be on the Patreon platform and also in the the YouTube Moon Magic membership area. Beautiful souls, I wish you an amazing month. This really, really is your spirit team giving you the biggest thumbs up ever to look after yourself, to realign, consider yourself first. Really think about and work out how to maintain your boundaries. And if anybody is directly manipulative, to really, really rein in from that. I will ask about that aspect as well, because if somebody is maneuvering or manipulating you, I know that will be for some of you, not all. We will see what guidance and advice we can get in order to assist you in moving through and beyond that situation and to establish clear boundaries that look after you. My beautiful Pisces, tons of love, and I look forward to seeing some of you in the extendeds, and otherwise I look forward to seeing you for another reading really soon.